and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to talk about the Truly Devious series. So Truly Devious is a three-part series. If you don't know, the first one is Truly Devious, the second one is the Vanishing Stair, and the third one is the Hand on the Wall. And Truly Devious, the first one, was Cody's buddy read pick for the month of February, and I found the audiobook on my script, so I just listened to it, and I was so wrapped up in the story that I listened to the two other ones that were on there as well. In the span of like 72 hours, I listened to the three books. They're quite short, so it was an easy read, and yeah. So the book is a mystery thrillery story, YA, so there's not a lot of thriller. Like some parts you're a little bit like, ooh, what's going on, but it's not too scary or anything. It's more like the detective part of it. We follow Stevie, who is a young teenager. She's maybe 16 or something like that, and she's just been picked, enrolled in this new prestigious high school that is the Henningham High School in Vermont. So basically this dude, Henningham, founded this school in the 1930s, up in the mountain, very secluded. He was super rich, basically, and he just decided to build a whole school there in Vermont, and to pick very smart kids and put them here and pay for their education. So the school is very liberal, and you can follow your passion. It's like basically all genius kids go there if you're very artsy or if you're very scientific. And Stevie's thing is true crime. She loves true crime, and there is true crime that's never been solved that happened at Henningham High School. And we follow this two timeline, the present, where Stevie goes to the school and try to find clues and everything of what happened in the past in 1936. So where Henningham was still living in this school, and we found out that his wife and his 3-year-old child have been kidnapped, and we're following him as it all unravels. And so you have this two timeline of like the 1930s and the parties and everything, and the school being built and the founder, and we have this timeline of the present with all the genius kids and everything, like their school life and the mystery trying to be solved. And in the 1930s, a week before the kidnap happens, they receive a letter that is a poem cut out from magazines and stuff, and it signs Truly Devious. So that's where the name of the whole mystery comes from. So this riddle is very nice because Maureen writing style as a whole is very nice, but to have the riddle in there, it brings a creepiness to it, and yeah, and there is other riddle as well, because Henningham was very fond of them and of games as a whole. So his whole school have tunnels and hiding places and secret passages and stuff. So we're always on the verge of like, who could be there, who could be listening and stuff like this. So that's atmosphere of the school and the seclusive place and everything. It's super nice. It's super creepy, but it's super nice to have in a mystery. It really feels like a Agatha Christie feeling, you know? The characters were nice. Like we follow Stevie, and in her boarding school there's 5 other kids living in the house, and of course then we have all the other characters in the high school. We get to know everyone a little bit, but they merge for me at first, and they're very bland. Like they were nice, but they were very bland. I kind of like the second character better, and there is a romance in there who is fucked up, just fucked up. The guy is basically mentally bullying her, and that's fine. And she's just, yeah, cool, which is wrong, especially like now in our days, like what's going on. But yeah, it's kind of like the bad boy trope. She has to save him, but why? The rep in this book was very nice. There's different LGBTQ plus character, even though they're secondary. It's always nice to have that in there. And the main character Stevie has anxiety issues, and you follow her as she tries to get a hold on that, and like how she tried to contain it and stuff. So that's super nice. And then plot wise, a bunch of things happens in this book, but it's still quite slow pacing, and at the end you don't get that satisfying ending. That's why I've read the 3 books just as once, because you don't get a lot in the first one. I really think the Serie could have only been just 2 books, the first and the second together, and then the third or a big standalone, because it wasn't enough material to do 3 books. I think it's really enjoyable to read them at the same time, the 3 of them, especially now that they're all out, to read them all together, and then just read Truly Devious and then wait 3 months to read the rest, because yeah, it doesn't make sense for me. I want to go into a spoilery discussion now, so if you want to jump to the end of this video, I will let you the time here, or I will do the thing there and see you there. Okay, so now that we are between us, people who've read the 3 books, what I want to talk about. I was very let down at the end of the first book when we have this cliffhanger that doesn't really make sense, like, oh, maybe that guy got killed, but maybe by Ellie, but maybe not, or like, can you, this is not a place to end a book. It's like a twist. It's not a cliffhanger. Yeah, I was always looking for who done it. Yeah, I thought Alice was still alive, that maybe the mafia guy brought her to New York and raised her up as one of their own, and then she would be like the mama lord of the whole mafia, and she would just turn on the school and do all of this to get to the money or something. I don't know. I wanted like something big, you know? Like the Hunter character was like, please don't be part of the romance. Like, we seen enough of the triangle romance. Like, no. But please do something. Like, maybe he used the cane, but he was not really that handicapped, but like he was pretending so he could do all this stuff and nobody would think it was him. Or like how he was living in Vermont, even though it was super bad for him, just because he got a big reduction in tuition fees. Like, you put your health before like all this, and then your aunt dies in a fire and you try to save her, and you still stay here, and you go live in a high up mountain where you cannot drive yourself to still go to the school. Like, and you don't go back to your family even though your aunt is dead and you're like super sad. No, you stay there and you go live somewhere reclusive, and like, how did this make sense? And I was like, oh, he surely is a bad guy, or like something is going on with him. Like, why? Like, who would stay there? Only a psychopath or something would stay there, because maybe he was so into the case, he wanted to solve it, or he wanted to find Alice or something. But no, it was just dull. And by the end, he got in with the German girl, because everybody needs to couple up at the end. Like, what? Why do we need to do that? No, no. Okay. The big reveal. Can we talk about it? No. Call Me Charles is the guy who did it. Like, the guy, it was no surprise. Like, it was not like we were trusting him so much, or he was super close to Stevie or whatever. Like, no. Like, he was just, he was the president of the school. So yeah. What? He wanted to get the money for himself, or nothing made sense for me when she pointed at him, like doing the big reveal thing where everybody is in the room and you get to listen to all this unravel. At first she pointed at him and I was like, well, surely she's pointing at him to then point to someone else. But no, it was him all along. Yeah, Yep. He got scared, so he moved this all icy thing to put it in the tunnel and then send a student to die. If you're the president of the school, then you like children. No, like you don't want them to die. Like he could have banished him from the school. He could have just send him away. And like, why do you get Stevie in the school in the first place if you're gonna do that this year? Why do you get a true crime maniac there even though you're gonna do all this? Like, why don't you just get a dull student or a student that it's artsy or whatever? Why do you get a true crime girl? And then you know you're gonna kill a student, so the night before you cut out letters and everything to make a riddle to go out in the cold outside of the bedroom of the true crime girl and project that riddle on her wall to make her think she's crazy. Like, I don't see the president of the high school, of this super elite high school, who must have busted his ass off to be in this position to do this. And then when like Ellie is confronted, and then he sent her to die in the tunnel, and for 2-3 days he doesn't like be like, oh no, I should get her out or something. No, it's like, fine, she's in this tunnel running around not finding a way out, and that's fine. I'm just gonna let her die in there. Like, who, like, even the worst human being, you would get remorse, or you know somebody is down. Like, I don't see it. Like, he doesn't come off as a psychopath in there. It's just like a guy who loses his marble for some money. I don't believe it. No. And like, Ellie, the passage goes to different places, and maybe she never went to the Minerva places, but like, can you hear her scream or knock or something? Like, nobody heard her? I don't know. It was just, I was just super disappointed in the end. But yeah, let me know what you thought when you read the end. Like, let me know, or no, better, let me know of your own theories. I'm pretty sure you have theories that might be better than the actual ending, so yeah, let me know in the comments about that. We're gonna wrap this all up now, and yeah, so the series as a whole was super nice. The atmosphere of it, the boarding school with all these super intelligent kids, and the 1940s timeline I really liked. Like, as you know, I love the 1920s and 1930s, so I really liked that part of it. But yeah, the plot thing didn't went as I wanted. So I really recommend that if you want to read them as a whole, all together in like a month or something. It's super quick. Don't be afraid by the time the pages counts, because it just goes by very quickly. There is a lot of riddle, and a lot of riddle are repeated. Like, the first riddle you get it like maybe 5 times per book. Now I know it by heart pretty much. No, I don't. But yeah, read them as a big standalone instead of like 3 different books, because it doesn't work that way. So yeah, let me know what you think. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more of my thoughts, and push that like button. That really means a lot to me, and I'll see you in another video super soon. Bye!